Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about the benefits of moving to the cloud. I'm your presenter for the day, and my name is Abdul Rahman Kabash. I want to start off with the overview. The overview for the next slides is executive summary, cloud computing definition and capabilities, benefits of migrating to the cloud, and the disadvantages of it. Economic applications of moving to the cloud, IT business requirements, SWOT analysis, and conclusion by the end. We're going to dive deeper into details in the next few slides. Executive summary to deliver a value proposition for new IT infrastructure to transform and migrate our IT infrastructure to the cloud. The proposition will provide a valuable insight to act as a cornerstone for decision making to create the right strategy for our company. The proposition is backed up by an economic implication analysis. We're going to use a total cost of ownership calculators from one of the major cloud service providers, and that will show us a comparison on the on-prem cost and, of course, the value of this proposition. Cloud computing definition and capabilities. Cloud computing refers to the creation of an IT infrastructure that can be managed and accessed via the internet or a dedicated connection from our local servers. This includes servers, storage units, databases, analytics, software, networking, and AI or business intelligence tools. The services and resources are provided and managed by the cloud service provider, which are, of course, considered as public cloud providers. The major well-known ones are AWS, GCP, and Azure by Microsoft. Now, moving on to the benefits of migrating to the cloud. And we're going to talk about the disadvantages next. The ease of use and upgrades, low capital expenditure, remote access capabilities from several locations, higher security, better data recovery, optimized use of resources, improved agility to respond to business changes. Now, when we look at the pros and cons in general, we have an opportunity for cost savings where we pay as we go and we pay for what we need to utilize, just like for paying an electricity bill, for example. Even to make it better, for velocity and agility, we can create infrastructure as a code templates by using automation tools to provision our resources and increase the resources as we need. With the click of a button. Very well-known tools such as Terraform or CloudFormation by AWS. Elasticity, where we can scale up or scale out as we need to increase the number of cores on a virtual machine, for example, or create multiple virtual machines to distribute the workload as we need. Security, cloud providers have humongous budgets for security, which will give us the opportunity to utilize that to protect our business. Now, the disadvantages or cons, downtime. If a large-scale event hits a region or a major region for a cloud provider, this will impact our business for sure. Privacy, where our patients' or customers' data is stored on a third party, which will create this privacy issue where there are standards such as HIPAA compliance or PCI compliance. We have to let our customers that we are keeping up with the service provider. And this can create an issue if there are any issues with the standards. Limited control of over infrastructure. We don't have any oversight of what's going on the hardware level or the infrastructure and how it's managed. Security, if a zero threat comes up and a hacker was able to find a vulnerability and expose it, this will impact all the businesses that are hosted on the provider. In general, when we look at the data center, real estate, power and cooling, and data center management, and hiring the right talent to manage all of this, this is a lot of cost when it comes to operational costs and capital costs. Which leads us to the economic implications of moving to the cloud. In front of you is a comparison between how much we're going to spend on the cloud to lease or subscribe for the services we need. As we can see here, it's a breakdown of 12 months. We'll be paying around $1.8 million to lease our resources, and that's without signing a contract over 3 years. This is just for a yearly base model. On-premise, however, we're paying about $4.8 million because that includes the capital cost expenses as well, such as hardware, data center management, real estate lease, and all that good stuff. Overall, when we look at the implications over 5 years, we can see that on-prem will cost more, and there's potential savings of a whopping of $4.6 million. And this is a huge opportunity. Now, for IT business requirements, there are functional and non-functional. For functional business requirements, there are business rules, transactions, corrections, adjustments, and cancellations, administrative functions, authentication, authorizations, audit, external interfaces, certification requirements, reporting requirements, historical data, legal or regulatory requirements. On the other hand, non-functional, which looks at the quality attributes or characteristics of the previously mentioned, such as performance, scalability, capacity, availability, reliability, recoverability, maintainability, serviceability, security, regulatory, manageability, environmental, and data integrity and usability. Next, we have the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats analysis. When we look at our strengths, we are saving a lot of money because we're paying as we go for what we need only, and we can create scheduled solutions where we launch our resources at a particular time and turn it off or terminate it before the business after the business is turned off, or during non-business hours, or even reduce the capacity if we need. Velocity and elasticity, we can provision more resources as quickly as we need, and we can scale them up or scale them out, which means increase the resources or on either the cores on a virtual machine, or increase the number of virtual machines as we need. Less administration. We don't have to worry about the hardware, or how to manage the hardware, or the leasing, or the cooling, or the powering, all that. It's all outsourced to the provider, to the cloud provider. State-of-the-art technology. The cool thing about major providers, cloud providers, is that they provide us with the opportunity to use state-of-the-art technology, because they're always evolving, and they're keeping up with the market, because they want to be the best at the competition of being a cloud provider, which is advantageous for us or for our business. Location independence. If there's a disaster, natural disaster in one region, we can always rely on another region, or launch our resources in a different region. We can also manage our resources from anywhere around the globe as well. Weaknesses, lack of trust. Of course, when we think about storing our customers or our patients, if you're a hospital, information on a database on a third party, you're going to have to trust that provider to keep up with the standards, such as HIPAA compliance or PCI compliance. Loss of control. If a large scale event happens, you might lose access to your IT infrastructure, which will incur issues to operate the business. Vendor lock-in. That's when we think about putting our IT infrastructure on one cloud provider, such as Azure, for example, or AWS, because migrating to another provider will cost a lot of money, and we're going to have to find the right talent for that, which creates threats. Reliability. Sometimes when an issue on hardware happens, it will impact our business, and that's kind of one thing we're trusting the provider with. The opportunities here is the rapid adapt to new technology. We can constantly evolve and use state-of-the-art tools. Green technology, where data centers are using green energy, and the market evolution, where we are always keeping up with the latest technology, since we're outsourcing to our business to them. Threats, competition. There's always competition. Our competitors are always using the state-of-the-art technology. Standards, keeping up with the standards and talent acquisition, where we're going to have to keep up with the talent acquisition. There's always a limited pool. Security, zero-day threats, and this is also under concern. In conclusion, cloud computing is continuously evolving, and it allows companies to seamlessly manage their infrastructure anywhere in the globe with a click of a button. Revolutionary technology for business velocity. And by analyzing the economic implications, we are saving our company millions of dollars over the years. And finally, the SWOT analysis helps us leverage our strengths while migrating to the cloud, and focus on improving our weaknesses and exploit opportunities to mitigate threats. Thank you very much.